Well, folks, I'm a feather enthusiast. Remember that rumor we had a while back when AMD was rumored about AMD releasing a high-end GPU at a later time, but then they kind of crushed it and that rumor disappeared. Well, it looks like that same rumor for a higher-end GPU that AMD was working on is come full circle. And videocards.net and some other sources have this little article or tidbit of information. Let's get into this. Hi everyone, it's a lot tech bag news, some more tech news on this beautiful weekend. I'm hoping you're enjoying your weekend. It's nice and breezy outside. I'm getting all the breeze I can right now. Save some money with some electricity, turn off the AC, the whole 9 yards. It's a low 70s, so I'm feeling kind of good with the breeze right now. But I just want to jump on this topic that I found out recently, a day or two ago. There's some rumors going around, positive rumors. Remember a while back when we talked about there was rumors floating around that AMD was secretly working on a high-end GPU to compete either on the 5080 or 5090 level. And then when they got near to the time frame for the 9070 and 9070 release, they pretty much crushed and laid that rumor to waste. But now that same rumor has come full circle now, and now they're giving a little bit more rumored or speculated details as far as specs, because the 5090 is 32 gigs, and the rumor is saying in this article is on a TweakTongue article. If you know TweakTongue, they always have a lot of stuff along with video cards and WCCF Tech. But TweakTongue article stating that there's from their sources they had some insight on AMD's product or timeline, that they were secretly working on a 9080 XT. They just call it that name just they think just for speculation purposes. We don't know the exact name if it's even real or not because it's a rumor. But anyway, they're saying they're calling it a 9080 XT, and they say it's going to have 32 gigs of VRAM. But here's the kicker: not only 32 gigs is the kicker. The second kicker is using the GDDR7 memory, video memory, which is the same memory. If you remember, the same memory that NVIDIA is using for the 50 series. And that's why they get so much high capacity with their, get to 32 gigs or whatever. But there's even more of a kicker because you know how the 9070 XTs, the most top end 9070 XT boosts probably like 3150, it just scraping 3200 megahertz. Well, the rumor is also emphasizing that what their sources are saying is they're going to hit 4 gigahertz mark. That's a whole 700 and plus megahertz higher than the top end or the highest boosting 9070 XT. So it's going to hit 4 gigahertz is what they're saying. And they say from their sources, AMD is promising, or what they think AMD is promising, a 15 to 40% performance lift over the 9070 XT. Hopefully it's more on the higher end, more like 25% plus, because if it's 15% over or better than performance than the 9070 XT, then, and it's priced closer to the high-end 5080 or entry-level 5090, then that's kind of going to be dead on arrival. So if this rumor turns out to be true with the 32 gigs of boost and the performance bracket that they're rumoring about, they have to price this, in my opinion, the same level of pricing as probably the most top of the line 5070 Ti, or at most the 5080 MSRP. Because I think if they do release it, or they are really working on this secret video card 9080 XT with 32 gigs of GDDR7, they can't price it, even though it has the memory of the 5090. If they want to get another winning swing at NVIDIA, like how they've been, the 9070 XTs has been on high demand and been sold on, well received. If they can do the same kind of steps, but this time work on actually being serious about locking MSRP and stock, those two things that kind of crushed the 970 series when it released, the stock issues because of the demand and the pricing didn't want to stay, and then you factor in the tariffs and all the other taxes that are new taxes that have been happening recently. So in my opinion, they can't price it more than the entry level MSRP 5080 price. Because you may say, but if they're competing with 32 gigs, then it got to be going against the 5090 because the 5090 is 32 gigs of GDDR7. But if they want to undercut like even a bigger swing than 9070 XT, they have to not $50 or $100 less than the 5090. They have to be at least a couple $100 cheaper than an MSRP 5090 if they want to get as well received as their 9070 XTs when it was releasing. So that's my 2 cents. Y'all let me know what y'all think below. If y'all think if it's true, would y'all upgrade from your NVIDIA or AMD GPU you have right now, if you're holding out because of pricing and everything being crazy. However, if you have upgraded already to either a new NVIDIA 50 series or 9070 series by AMD, do you think the performance that is rumored, if it matches that performance or even better than the low end dimension with the range 15 to 40%, will you upgrade still, or being that the MSRP was never MSRP recently and the stock issues that we've been having, do you think you just keep what you have that you're lucky enough to have? Let me know in the comments below that if you believe this rumor is true, and if it is true or turns out to be true, will you upgrade? Are you excited about actually AMD having a high-end video card again? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, this is by Lock Tech signing out.